How did I propose to Sue? I remember Sue, together with her mum, together with her dad, came to see me and asked if I'd marry her.
Well, when I was 20, we decided that we were going to get married and I was going to go off to teacher training college. And when I came home at Christmas, I was 21, and Claude said, I know what we'll do, we'll go to Leeds this afternoon and we'll buy you a ring. And it was as romantic as that.
I didn't propose to her. Haven't got a clue what day I got married on.
The day we got married was on a Saturday at 3 o'clock on the 22nd of August 1970, 38 years ago.
And it was a Saturday.
Well, I was on my own with my mum and everybody else had gone out. Oh, before that we went to clean the church because we borrowed some chairs from the YMCA because we were having a lot of guests at the church, and we cleaned the church. And I remember thinking I had to get home to wash my hair because I wasn't going to the hairdressers the next day because I didn't like the way that they'd done my hair the week before, so I was going to do it myself. So that night Mum ironed my dress and I had my veil and we just sat and had a chat really. Then 11 o'clock came and we just went to bed. I was excited but I didn't really feel nervous, no.
I remember that I was really nervous. Very nervous in fact. But I was thinking that I was going to lose my little home with my brothers and my sister and my mum and dad and a kind of safe environment of home and my lovely 2x6 bed, which just fitted me nicely. I'd never sleep in it again. When I got married, the day was...
Obviously we got up quite early, but the wedding was quite late because of my dad's business, so we couldn't have it till 3 o'clock. And I remember waiting for the wedding car, and we had a most beautiful golden, like a golden yellow, large car. I'd never been in a car like that before, because my dad always threatened that he'd take me to the wedding in the butcher's van, which a typical dad. And when I got there, I was so excited, as we walked down the aisle and saw all my friends and all my family there, it was really quite an emotional moment.
No, I can't remember. I seem to remember wearing a brilliant red suit, because I was really cool.
Well, he made a mistake in buying this burgundy suit.
So I wore this red suit. The trousers were a bit too short, but I had it specially made and measured the legs wrong.
And when we went to the tailor's, he forgot to try it on, and it was so short on the wedding morning, he obviously put it on without thinking about it. And when I actually looked at him after the wedding and thought, what has he got on? The trousers were at least 3 inches too short, and it was absolutely ridiculous.
Never seen before at a wedding. Not then.
But that was Claude, that's what he wanted to wear. But my dress I thought was lovely. I had a long white silk dress, which was absolutely beautiful. It had loads of decoration, which had all been hand sewn on by my mum, who was the seamstress, and I loved it.
She wore a dress, that's right. It was white, and they tell me she looked pretty nice. I remember it was upstairs in a co-op, above a shop. Yeah, co-op shop.
Oh, it was lovely. We had loads of people there. We had friends from college.
And there must have been about 50 guests, I suppose. Maybe a few more, maybe a few less. And it was just really a budget kind of wedding. Really nice, but a budget.
I can't remember anything about the food. The food, to me, I wasn't really hungry, but I remember thinking it was a really nice occasion. There were lots of flowers around, lots of laughter. It was quite a short reception because we had to get home to go away on our honeymoon, so probably we were only at the reception about 2 or 3 hours. I remember some of the speeches, but not very much about them. I just remember people standing up being quite embarrassed and and wanting it to be over quickly. And my dad tended to go on a little bit.
I remember being really nervous. And I remember that when I made a speech, I was so nervous, and I kept saying to myself that, why are you nervous? You're supposed to be a preacher. You go around preaching, you speak in churches every single week. Why are you nervous about this? But I was. And yeah, I remember shaking on that occasion. I hate giving speeches at weddings. People ask me about my honeymoon. It was a disaster. Complete disaster. In fact, looking back, I think everything was a disaster.
Honeymoon, yeah. We went to Newquay. It was one of those silly Christian hotels where people unintentionally say and do things they shouldn't.
People said that you must go to a Christian hotel for your honeymoon. You Christians didn't want to. Thought I'd go to a secular one. Anyway, a weekend I went to a Christian one. It was like Fawlty Towers. I asked on the first night whether I might the next day have breakfast in bed. The owner came to see me and said, that's no way to start a married life. So I said, but this is our honeymoon. He said, no, that's no way to start a married life. So he wouldn't serve us breakfast in bed. The following day, I said, would like to go out this evening and I want to take my wife to the cinema. So we'll be coming back probably about 10:30. He said, you can't do that. We'll lock the doors at 9:30. I said, but we're just going out to the cinema, it's our honeymoon. He said, well, that's never, no one's ever done that before. I thought, I'm getting tired of this. And so I argued with him and eventually gave me a key. It's the size of the key for our church. Remember, this is a big old house, have a key that size. So I carried this big key with me down on the seafront to the cinema, carried it all the way back, let myself in. When I got back to my hotel room, or the Christian hotel room, somebody had got into the bedroom and ransacked it. So we slept there. The next morning, I went and asked for my money back. Came home. So my honeymoon was supposed to last a week or 10 days. Lasted 2 days. It was a disaster.
But apart from the hotel, we had a nice time on the beach and we went surfing.
My early days of marriage were fantastic. I'd really got into a new life, new lifestyle, something I could only have dreamt of. The happiness and the joy and the sense of adventure was just unbelievable. And discovering new friendships together and just going into the ministry together. So everything was absolutely new. And I knew then that this was a marriage at last. I knew then that we were not just boy and girlfriend or now man and wife, but we really were best friends. We just loved being together, going everywhere together. They were good days. And what we built up a memory bank of great experiences that we still talk about. Anniversaries. I'm a man. I don't remember.
Oh, anniversaries. Cole doesn't really remember anniversaries, but he does remember my birthday because his birthday is on February the 1st and mine is February the 4th, so he can't miss it really, can he?
I get other people to remind me. Well, I still forget.